everybody, it is a question and answer. See, let's make a new one. Question and answer, Tuesday with Josh.
Shirt says, flex like the shirt says.
All right, we got some good questions again this week. Question number 1. Gonna need some space right here in this area to put some stuff. It's from Casey, and he says top 5 country artists. Well, Casey, if that's your real name, I don't even know anymore. I don't know you. In my opinion, the top 5 country artists would have to be Hank, the first, the second or the third. I like all 3 of them actually. Willie, Waylon, Johnny. Number 5 would have to be Tim Jibo Gollygum the second. That guy's good. Next question comes from a lady named Whitney Miller, and she asks, off of Casey's question, top 5 country guitarists. In my opinion, number 1, Chet Atkins. I mean, it literally says genius. Number 2, the incredible Luther Perkins. When for Luther Perkins, we wouldn't have the. Number 3 for me is a guy out of Nashville named J.D. Simo. Quick clip. Number 4, Sam Young. Pretty great. And number 5 again, I'm gonna have to go with Tim Jabo Gollygum II. That guy. I tell you what. Up next we got a question from Adriel Leah Thompson. She asks, what happens if you're scared half to death twice? Ugh! Am I half dead? Next she says, oh, this is a good one. It's a good question, neighborhood. She says, why did Yankee Doodle name the feather macaroni? Hate to let you down, Adrian, but this is not the patriotic song that most people think that it is. Originally, this song was sang by English soldiers who fought alongside colonial soldiers during the French Indian War, and they were making fun of the local yokels of how dumb these people were and how poor and how just not cool they were because the English were cool.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
The second part you need to understand is that back in the day, in ye old England time, when Queen Elizabeth first became president, the sophisticated or the richer people would go on what they called the Grand Tour. Not to be confused with this, even though it is a great show. The young gentlemen would go out, oot and a boot, as a Canadian might say. Thanks, guys.
Oh, actually, it wasn't me. It was.
No, it's okay. I'm used to it.
And they would go and experience other cultures and become sophisticated and cultured. I'm doing these a lot today. Many times when they came back, they would bring back outlandish styles such as feathers in the hats and foods and stuff that they had tried. Here's where the song gets kind of clever. Yankee Doodle being the Bunkum is the town that, or the county. Bumpkin. Okay, Yankee Doodle being the bumbling bumpkin that he was, tried to imitate the fashion of this day and took a feather sticking it in his hat. The dummy mistakenly called it a macaroni, only embarrassing himself. That's where it comes from. Yankee, we all know what that term means since the War of Northern Aggression happened. And then Doodle, which means simpleton or just a big dummy. Yankee Doodle was so stupid, he took a feather, put it in his hat. Next we have some questions from our good old friend Mr. Benjamin. First one he says, what is the Mandela Effect and how does it affect us today? From the little bit of research that I have actually done on the Mandela Effect, here's what I figured out. The Mandela Effect is a effect on your brain pretty much, that they're saying some people remember Nelson Mandela dying back in the 80s, but he didn't. He died 2000 something later on. So people are saying it's alternate dimensions hitting each other, bleeding into each other, and they're running into each other, and they're crossing over to each other. But see, here's the problem with the Nelson Mandela Effect. Besides that one thing, every other example of the Stop with the fingers! Every example of the Mandela Effect that I found has either been advertising or movies. A big argument they say is where Darth Vader says, Luke, I am your father. But in actuality, he says,
I am your father.
Next, Ben says, what are some good books that you have read? Come with me. See all these books? I've read none of them. Next question. Ben asks, in your opinion, is education or experience more important? Well, me personally, I think education is a great thing, but I also feel that experience is a great thing, and sometimes a better thing. With myself, I would rather be traveling and learning about the world by living in the world instead of looking at a book. I would much rather go see these fish in the ocean instead of reading about Jacques Cousteau's ocean. Next question! What is your mating call? Give us an example. It's never worked. And lastly, he asks, what is the new baby's name? We're actually talking about that today, and from the beginning, we've been hoping for a boy. I'm pretty sure it's a boy. And we've been saying that the name will be Silas, and we're talking about it today. If it's a girl, we ain't got a name picked out. So hopefully it's a boy, and it's gonna be Silas. But that is it for this week's I like the new intro. That's it for this week. I went to edit and I'm going to bed because I still feel like a pile of dog food. I was going to say food. I don't know where you were going with that. See you tomorrow.